A brand new set of FC26 custom tactics, yes, on the formation you are looking at right on your screen right here. Yes, it is of course the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, and I have to admit, with you being able to do a lot of quick passing etc. this year, this formation is probably better than it's ever been. But before we get into that, smash this video a like for me. Drop a comment down below, and if you can please hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. So without any further ado, let's get into the custom tactic. For your cheapest and most reliable place to buy your FC26 coins, please go and check out mmoexp.com. Remember to use the code WOLF at the checkout for a new massive 8% off your order. Link is below. Now remember, with custom tactics, like last year in the previous year as well, I will drop the code for you as the top pinned comment down below in the comment section, so you don't have to manually type in these custom tactics like literally every single player for player blah blah blah. You can just copy the code where it says tactics user code and you will get these custom tactics right there. That is all you have to do. Now as we move on into the tactical preset, very quickly on the tactical preset, just use custom. I don't know why you would want to use your FC preset, which is the manager you are using and stuff like that. Just don't use that, YouTube. Stay well away from that. The formation, of course, is the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, so it is the 4-1-2-1-2 with the central midfielders rather than the left midfielders and the right midfielders. But one thing I will say, actually, about the 4-1-2-1-2 normal with the left midfielder and the right midfielder, I'm going to probably bring out a custom tactics video for that, because I'm telling you now, that formation is actually very good. I won 2 drafts in a row this morning with it, 8-0. I think I only conceded like 4 goals in them 8 games. It's good. But today's video is the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. I absolutely love this formation. This is right up there for me with the 4-2-1-3. I think they are both at this current moment in time with the current meta and stuff like that. Obviously, we are very early on into FC26. I think the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow and the 4-2-1-3 are currently the most meta to use, in my humble opinion. As we move on into the build-up style, there are 3 things that you can use, but a little bit differently to my other formations that I've dropped so far on FC26. Because the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow is so good going forward anyway, I didn't really feel it necessary to use counter. In terms of when I used it, I actually felt I was a little bit too gung-ho with it. So I actually personally am using balanced on the build-up style in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. I normally use counter in all of my formations. That is basically like a direct passing and stuff like that. But because of how this game plays at this moment in time, and the fact the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow is an elite formation anyway going forward, I didn't really feel it necessary, and I was conceding a lot more goals when I'm using counter in this formation than when I'm using balance. Short passing as well, I absolutely loved it last year towards the end of the year. It definitely did take me a little bit by surprise of how much I loved it. But right now, balanced or counter is the way to go. And in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, like I've said, balanced for me. As we move on into the defensive approach, I've gone a little bit more higher in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow because it is so good going forward. I kind of basically just want to squeeze my opponents when I'm using this formation, which is why I've gone up to 60, which is still balanced on the line height. I absolutely love that. Now, as we move on into the player roles, there are a few key things that I think you definitely should use, like 100% use, like without any shadow of a doubt. But then there are also a few player roles that I think are down a little bit to your own personal preference, really. Like, what do you want from the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow? Do you want it to play a little bit wider than normal? Do you want to really abuse the fact that it is a narrow formation? Do you want your cam to get into the box a lot more than you normally would if they're, for example, on a playmaker? These are things that you kind of need to be honest with yourselves, and just how do you want to play in FC26 with the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow? Right, for me, right side is striker, is on advance forward and attack, and then the left side is striker, also is on advance forward and attack. I don't normally do that when I'm using 2 striker formations. I would normally have one of them on support with advance forward and then the other one on attack with advance forward. But because we have like the holy trinity, I like to call it, of the cam behind the 2 strikers, I kind of do want my 2 strikers, and not I kind of do, I do 100% want my two strikers in this formation to just play as advanced forward and attack. I want them to rush forward and stuff like that, make a lot of penetrating runs in behind, and to really cause a lot of problems for my opponent. Now, remember what I said a few seconds ago about what do you want from your cam? This is where you need to be brutally honest with yourselves. I personally am using playmaker and balanced on my cam. That is what I want. I want my cam to be that link between my CDMs, central midfielders, and then to my strikers. I want the cam to sit there and then get forward as well when they want to. But I manually trigger a lot of runs with my players. I said it in yesterday's video that I'm a big manual trigger run. I do a lot of L1X passes and stuff like that. So if I want my cam to get forward and into the box, I will manually trigger him. Well, yeah, is it him, Javi Simmons? I will manually trigger him myself. But if you're someone that doesn't really do that, I would recommend Shadow Striker on the cam. Shadow Striker is very, very, very nice. I absolutely love it. I just personally, on my cam, prefer he or she just to kind of sit there in that gap between my midfielders and my two strikers. As we then move on to the central midfielders, I play both of them. Yes, both of them on... Where is it? 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 Do we not have it? No, we do not have it. But I play both of them on double box to box. For some reason, I was adamant I was using one of them as a box crasher. But maybe I can't actually remember because I've reset it for the video. Maybe I was using one of them as a playmaker. Yes, I was. I was using one of them as a playmaker attack. And then the other central midfielder as a box to box. So the box to box is pretty much what it says on the tin. They will get forward and help out in attack, but they will also get back and help out in defence as well. Whereas the playmaker will have a lot more license to get forward, which is what I like. I kind of like having one of my midfielders get forward a lot, and then the other one still getting forward because they are still on box to box, and box to boxes will get forward. But the other one will also kind of sit there in the middle of the pitch. As we move on into the CDM, I play my CDM on holding and ball winning. Yes, holding and ball winning on my CDM. I used to play deep line playmaker and defend last year for pretty much all of the year. I actually don't think deep line playmaker is very good this year. Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree or disagree with that. I don't actually think it's as good this year as it was last year. So that holding and ball winning really does help me out. Now, because of the 4-2-1-3 meta, of course, I'm playing both my left back and my right back on full back and defend. This just basically means that they won't get forward. They will basically sit in that back four and help us out. Both centre backs are just on the default player roles, which is defender and defend. And then the goalkeeper, I play on sweeper, keeper and build up. This means that they will get forward a lot more than they would normally, which is what I want. And there you will see the code right on your screen right there. And remember, it will be the top pinned comment down below in the comment section. So thank you for watching. Smash that like button for me, YouTube. Drop a comment down below. And if you can please hit that subscribe button to my channel. That would mean the world to me. Thank you for watching. Remember, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive mental attitude. Peace out. One love.